Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I prepared for you 5 candy cane Christmas decor pieces, and they're super simple to make and I really hope you will like them. So let's go ahead and get started. For the first project I used 3 of these large craft stick that came from Walmart, and I'm going to paint 2 of them with the white Rust-Oleum chalk paint. And the other one I will paint with a red acrylic paint. You see me over here, I already done it. And then when everything was dried, I took a chippy brush and I just dry brushed a white paint over the red one because I want it to be rustic looking. After everything was done, I flipped it over and I put 2 pieces of craft stick on the back to keep it together. Now I'm going to take this stencil that came from the Dollar Tree. It is a peel and stick stencil and I absolutely love it. It is a great quality, and if you ever see it in a Dollar Tree, make sure to grab it. I am going to start dabbing on white top craft stick candy, and then that will be with the red acrylic paint. And I'm using a little piece of sponge and very little paint because I didn't want it to bleed through. On the red craft stick I'm going to stencil cane, and on the third one it will be lane, so candy cane lane. And when everything was done and dry, this is how it looks like. Now I'm gonna take one candy cane and I will attach it with a hot glue on the side. Next I am gonna take this chippy brush that I used earlier, and I'm just gonna go over these letters a little bit to make them more rustic. Now I took the beads from the Dollar Tree. I had the red ones already, but 3 of them I painted white and I alternated them. And then I put them on a white jute twine. I put a little hot dab of hot glue and knot on each side to keep them in place. And then I flipped the sign over and attached the hot glue. When I was done, I realized there's something missing, so I put 3 mini pine cones on a bottom, and that completed this project. I thought it looks super cute. It makes me happy looking at this, probably because of all the colors, and you know, candy canes bring memories, so I absolutely love it. My kids were all over me while I was doing this. Can we get a candy cane? Can we get a candy cane? It was just so funny. They couldn't wait for me to finish to see what's left in a box. I hope you like this project. It is super sweet, super easy to make, and very inexpensive. For my next project, I'm going to be using also these large red and white candy canes. I took 10 of them. Now, my original idea was to make a star, and when I started making it, it looked exactly what I wanted. But at the end, I just changed my mind, and you'll see what I ended up making. Anyway, so I put 2 candy canes together to look like a heart. I hot glued them together to keep them in place. And after that, I'm taking the white jute one that came from the Dollar Tree, and I am wrapping the bottom part, adding a little bit of hot glue here and there just to keep it in place. And I'm going to do the same thing on the inner part where candy cane meets, so in the middle of the heart. Now I did this to all pieces of candy canes, and now I ended up with 5 hearts. Now I'm putting these hearts together like I'm showing over here in a kind of a flower shape, and I am putting the pointy end of the heart together towards the middle, and I'm hot gluing it in place. Now, since I originally wanted to make a star, I didn't have enough pieces to keep the candy canes close to each other to make it more sturdy, so I decided to go ahead and get these snowflakes that came from the Dollar Tree, and I used 2 of them, one for each side of my mini wreath. And I hot glued that in the middle, making sure to hot glue all the pieces that actually touch the candy canes. That way it was more sturdy. Now, if you are recreating this, I would recommend get more candy canes and maybe put them close together. That way it will be definitely sturdy. But after putting these snowflakes, it was sturdy enough. As you can see, it is hanging without a problem. I think it is very, very interesting project, very cute, so different than anything I've ever made, and I think it looks very cute. I think it will make such a cute detail, either making with the large candy canes like I did over here or with the mini ones, so you can attach it to your Christmas tree or just as a detail in your room. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. I am Jelena. I love doing DIYs. I love crafting, and everything that I make is on a budget. So if that's something that you're interested in, please join my channel, look through my videos. I have a lot of great videos, great inspiration, and also a lot of great inspiration coming up next year. So please make sure to subscribe. It is absolutely free, and don't forget to turn on notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future updates. Also, if you're on a social media, make sure to look for me. I am on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. I share more of my DIYs and some of my life updates, so look for me. Now on to the third project. This one is super simple, very, very easy to make. I took 3 of these candy canes, they're colorful ones, and I am going to put them together spaced out evenly. And I use the hot glue just to make sure it will be kept in place. I added a dab of hot glue on the top and on the bottom as well. And as you can see over here, there the little hooks on the candy cane are spaced out evenly. After everything was in place, I'm taking this green jute twine that came from the Dollar Tree. And this is totally personal preference, what colors you want to use. And I'm wrapping it around a few times somewhere in the middle of the candy cane. And I'm making a very simple bow. After that, I cut off the tails to the length that I wanted. And I am adding 1 small pine cone in the middle of my bow. After I was done with this, at this point, if you're making this, you can use any card that you want to put the name on it. I decided to go with a large craft stick, and I measured out how long I want it to be. Then I used my scissors to cut out the kind of a half circle shape, round shape on the other side, as well as it is on the beginning of the craft stick. After I cut it out, I used this sanding block from the Dollar Tree to sand it out a little bit. When it was nice and smooth, I took my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and kind of put 1 little coat on it. Next, when it was dried, I took just a simple red marker and I wrote the name. I used the name of my son, Noah, and I freehanded it the way I thought it looked nice. And after that, this project is done. It is such a cute, cute name tag for Christmas dinner. I think it looks absolutely cute, and it is so versatile. You can use any colors you want of candy cane, any color of bow that you want, a name card. It is really, really inexpensive and easy to make, and I really hope you liked it. For my next project, I'm going to be using 2 red and white candy canes, and this project can be actually used in the same tablescape with my previous project. So I am taking these 2 and I'm going to hot glue them in the middle, like I'm showing over here, crisscrossing them. I left that to dry. I made sure to support each side of the top candy cane, make sure it dries evenly. So I used my scissors on both sides to keep it in place. When everything was dried, I went ahead and I took this greenery picks that I actually picked outside while we were camping, and I'm gonna trim them a little bit, and I will hot glue them in the middle of my top candy cane. I made sure to hot glue the top as well. Actually, I went over with the hot glue, that way it will stay in place. Next, I'm taking this ribbon. It is a white ribbon with snowflakes on it. I got it from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna make a very simple bow. So what I'm doing over here, I am just making a little loop, and I'm hot gluing it in the middle. And then I'm taking another piece of the ribbon. I'm folding it in half, and I am wrapping it just in the middle, hot gluing in a place where I think it needed to be hot glued. And that's it for this cute little bow. After it was done, I am going to hot glue it on the top of my greenery on the candy canes. Next, I am taking my two mini pine cones, and I'm gonna hot glue them on the top of the bow. After that was done, I'm taking this roll of paper towel, and I am cutting off one little piece, and that will represent a napkin ring. If you have already on hand napkin ring, a Dollar Tree sell for $1, you can certainly use those. I did not have any on hand, so I am painting this with my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color, and when everything was dried, I just hot glue it on the bottom of this candy cane napkin holder detail. And after that, this project is complete. Look how beautiful it looks with a red napkin. I think it is so pretty, and I really think it looks classy and high-end, even though it was made out of Dollar Tree candy canes and just things that I picked outside. It will look absolutely beautiful with some white plates, and I think it just looks so pretty. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you like it? And would you recreate something like this? I want to remind you that I have new videos every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, so I hope you will join me. On to my last project. This is such a sweet and easy project to make. I took these mini candy canes. I took 7 of them, and this white jute twine that came from the Dollar Tree. I am finding a middle, and I'm going to start tying 2 knots around the top part before the curvy part of this mini candy cane. After I was done tying knots, I am going to go ahead and add another one to the side, and going onward, I put all my candy canes there. I added a little dab of hot glue under the candy cane where the jute twine is going through, making sure it keeps it in place. When I was done with all of them, I created a small mini bow from the same jute twine, and I will put it on the top of the candy cane where I created those knots. And then I'm taking this snowball, a glittery snowball that came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm putting it right in the middle of that bow. And I did that to all of them. And that's it. Believe it or not, that's it for this project. It is so stinking cute. I cannot even explain how much I love it. I think it's really elegant and so pretty, and it couldn't be easier to make. And it's very versatile. You can add anything that you want and make it your own. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It means so much to me and helps promote my video on YouTube. And also, if you're new, subscribe. I would love to have you. Thank you so much for being here. I want to hear from you in the comments which one was your favorite, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.